Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So for today's amazing retro games, I've chosen Fishing Derby for the Atari 2600. Now, obviously this is an Activision title, and a lot of the Activision games were some of the better games on the Atari 2600. I think most will argue that, most will agree with that. We had things like Pitfall and Hero. I mean, the whole Activision team was built up of some of the best Atari programmers who literally left Atari to go and make a better company that actually, gave praise to the programmers themselves, which was an unusual task back then. I even have the manual, and actually, as I was saying that, you could even see the programmer, David Crane, right there. Gives a little bit about him and about the game and stuff. You know, they wanted you to appreciate the people behind these games. Now, obviously, I call this segment Amazing Retro Games. These aren't always going to be like mind-blowing video games or anything like that. To me, this is amazing because I don't recall ever seeing a fishing game before I saw this one. It's kind of an unusual type of thing to make a video game on. And if you think back then, when the Atari first came out, and to see a game where you're actually fishing, like that's just different. And it's refreshing when you see games like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, Pitfall, to actually have a game where you can actually fish. And it's not something you would think of in a video game form. I know there's been games after it. I know that there's fishing for the Wii, Nintendo Wii. I believe I even have a fishing game on my my Sega Genesis. I can't remember what it's called. It's like, so I got it buried in a box over there. I'm definitely going to pull that one out and give that one a whirl. But it's just amazing that this game existed in its time, that you can actually fish. So it's pretty cool. I mean, and just the way they designed the game, the competitive nature of the game. I mean, David Crane did a really good job. And he's just one of those guys, like he did games like Pitfall. Like he was the guy behind that. Really decent programmer, did a really good job on the Atari 2600. So yeah, I'm going to be playing some Fishing Derby. I looked at the manual. I don't have many manuals for my Atari, so it's nice when I actually do have one. And it's a one-pager. I mean, it's fishing. There's not a whole lot to it. You go fishing. And you'll see, like, there's only like one kind of fish and a shark in there. But anyways, yeah, I was just kind of perusing it and just trying to see how I can get some advantage to playing it. Anyways, let's jump into the game and play some Fishing Derby. Okay, so we got Fishing booted up. So as you can see, I mean, it's a fairly simple setup. You got this funny looking dude sitting over here who's wearing like a red, I guess, and he's wearing green. I don't know if my color scheme's messed up, but pretty much, yeah, I mean, you're sitting on a dock going fishing. A lot of people make jokes about the way these guys look, and the hat on the guy kind of looks like a gun or something like that, and he looks like he's carrying. I mean, the graphics are kind of funny looking, but I mean, it's Activision. It's back in the day. They're a little bit better graphics than some of the other Atari titles out there. But whatever. Still fishing. So let's give this a whirl, shall we? I handicapped my opponent according to the manual. I gave him a difficulty setting of A and me on B, and that's supposed to make it better for people that are still learning how to play the game. Not that I've never played this before or anything. I just want to get a good chance of winning. So you can see he's trying to pick up the fish right now. You just got to watch out for that shark, because he'll eat your fish, just like that. You kind of got to reel your fish in quickly. And for what I understand, that the fish at the bottom of the sea are worth more points, but it also takes you longer to get the guy and to bring him back up. So as tempting as it is to go for the top layer of fish, crud, shark just ate my fish. So this is really just see who can get to the highest score first. I mean, I can't remember what it is right now. I don't know if it's 99, but that's pretty much what it is. It's a race against your opponent. I guess that's why they call it a derby. Right now I'm losing because he's at 48 and I'm at 38. So I got to get my game on. It seems like that shark is just really likes to live in my area. Not cool. I mean, the game is simple enough. And I kind of like it for that simplicity. It would be neat to see other kinds of fish in the water. I mean, other than just these boring yellow guys. I mean, that would be kind of cool. Maybe if they would have ended up making a version of this game for, say, the Atari 7800, or... I mean, that would be kind of neat to see an updated version of it, but... I mean... There isn't a whole lot of fishing games, so it's kind of neat to see one this old, anyways. I was always kind of fascinated by it. In fact, I didn't even hear about this game until I bought the Activision Classics on my computer. And it had it on there, and I was like, get out of here, there's a fishing game for the Atari? Come on, fishies. Oh, man. Even in the easy setting, I'm losing. So, I just feel like I'm just... Fishes just aren't grabbing my line. Oh, so he got up to 99, I got up to 66. Oh well, I guess I got to keep on fishing. So, yeah, I mean, that's Fishing Derby. You know, I still think it's a lot of fun, even though, you know, it's not a whole lot going on, and I have to admit that. And I did mention when I was playing it would be neat if there was other kinds of fish or something else in there. Probably when you had to program this, though, you have to remember, like, they had a lot of time constraints. They had limited access to certain things, even the cartridges, the amount of memory they can hold. So I know they had some setbacks and stuff like that. So, I mean, he had to make it the best way he can get it and get it out on the shelf. You know, so having the manual only like a one-pager just tells you the game's not all that complex, but it's still fun. And in fact, I did mention that my first experience with the game was getting it on, well, this is the PlayStation one, but I had it on the PC first. But it's the same thing. It's the Activision Classics, and it's actually one of the games in there. And when I was, you know, trying out some of the games, I was only familiar with a few Activision games at the time when I got that PC game. I didn't have an Atari. Well, maybe I had my Junior, but I didn't have many games for it. But I didn't even know that that game existed. And I used to play it a lot on the computer. I had a lot of fun playing it on the computer. It was like one of the next favorite games to playing Pitfall. And so, you know, it just kind of always stuck in my mind. And you know, it took me a while before I finally got my hands on a real cartridge. And so I really like this one. I actually ended up with another one, and I gave it away. But, you know, it's a good game. And I suggest if you have an Atari, and especially if you like fishing, I would really suggest picking this up. It's a whole lot of fun. And, you know, I'd like to try it one day with an actual real opponent. I'm always playing it against the computer. The computer always seems to have this like competitive advantage. Even when I played with the switches to try and make the computer have a handicap, I still lost badly. So it'd be kind of fun to play this with a you know, an opponent, a real life opponent, anyways. Yeah, that just something I just want to show off. It's Fishing Derby for the Atari 2600. Some of you probably have already seen this. Some of you haven't. There's a lot of you know, really good gems that came out of the Atari that nobody ever really talks about. Everybody just talks about E.T. or Pac-Man, or, you know, like the very popular titles, and they probably don't even realize that stuff like this exists. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of fishing. Hopefully I could pull out that Sega Genesis game I was talking about and fire that up and give that one a try. No idea how I'll do at it, but, you know, it's a good idea for first time playing, because I don't think I played it. I think I bought it in a thrift store, threw it in a box, and forgot about it. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later.